If you've been on Instagram in the past 6 months, there's a decent chance that at least half of the comments you've read weren't written by actual humans. You're scrolling through your feed, you see this gorgeous sunset photo with a caption that hits all the emotional beats perfectly and gets thousands of likes, and something just feels off about the whole thing. That's because you're not actually connecting with a person anymore. You're interacting with what researchers are now calling AI slop. And according to recent analysis by bot detection companies, approximately 50 to 60% of all internet traffic now comes from automated systems, not real people. Think about the last time you posted in a Facebook group asking for restaurant recommendations. You probably got 5 or 6 responses that all sounded weirdly similar. Too polite, too well-structured, hitting every point you mentioned with equal enthusiasm. And you might have wondered if you were talking to actual locals or just really helpful strangers. Here's the truth. There's a good chance at least half of those responses came from AI-powered accounts designed to build credibility before pushing affiliate links or products. And the platforms hosting these interactions have very little incentive to stop it because their entire business model runs on engagement metrics, regardless of whether that engagement comes from humans or machines. So what exactly is AI slop, and why should you care about it beyond just being mildly annoyed? AI slop is low-effort, AI-generated content that floods social platforms. Fake motivational quotes on Instagram accounts with millions of followers, generic comments on YouTube videos, entire Facebook groups where 80% of the posts are made by bots having conversations with themselves. The term itself comes from the idea that this content is the digital equivalent of junk mail, created not to inform or connect, but simply to exist, to farm engagement, and to manipulate algorithms that can't tell the difference between authentic human interaction and manufactured noise. The reason this is happening comes down to what I call the unholy trinity of AI slop. Cheap tools that anyone can access, strong financial incentives tied to engagement metrics, and platforms that fundamentally don't care about the distinction between human and bot activity. ChatGPT and similar tools aren't locked away in research labs anymore. Any person with an internet connection can generate hundreds of posts, comments, or images in minutes. And when one viral AI-generated post can generate thousands of dollars in affiliate revenue, the motivation to flood platforms with this content becomes overwhelming. But here's why this actually matters beyond just being an annoyance. We're losing the ability to trust anything we see online. And that erosion of trust is killing the very thing social media was supposed to provide. If you're a new parent looking for advice in a parenting group, and you get 50 responses to your question about sleep training, how many of those responses are from actual parents versus AI bots programmed to push certain products or parenting philosophies? You can't tell anymore, so you stop asking questions, you stop sharing your experiences, and the community that was supposed to support you just dies. The psychological impact runs even deeper when you consider that people often turn to social media when they're feeling lonely or disconnected. You're scrolling through Instagram looking for connection, but instead you're consuming AI-generated perfection. Perfect homes, perfect bodies, perfect lives that literally don't exist. And comparing your real life to fabrications created by algorithms. Research from the University of Pennsylvania has already shown that increased social media use correlates with increased feelings of loneliness. And now we're adding a layer where you're not even connecting with real people anymore. You're just consuming content from machines while your sense of isolation deepens. Social media was supposed to connect us. That was the entire promise. But somewhere along the way, we forgot that social means people. And now we're in this absurd situation where social media is increasingly devoid of actual humans being social, where you can spend hours scrolling and never have a single genuine human interaction.